But yeah, no, I had an excursion, and we were going strong for some months, and left me for a guy that she went to high school with that she told me never to worry about, you know?
Oh my God.
But the sad part about that situation, like I said, this was a while ago, because I said recently, I meant to say a while ago. I saved up money for her daughter to buy a car, and to find out that, you know.
You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L Podcast.
Rocking and rolling. My dog Ken is back in the building, man.
What's going on?
Is this like another SneakyVerse episode?
You have now entered the SneakyVerse. So
everything we say has to be kind of like, you know, it stays here. You know, kind of like Vegas. Like what we say here stays here. You know what I mean?
Except what happens for the in the SneakyVerse stays in the SneakyVerse.
The last conversation we had, I was worried because nobody really knew what you sounded like.
Right.
Nobody really knew your persona, your personality, who you really are. We released the content, and everybody was so happy to figure out who you were and the origination of your skits and and all the content that you make. It's based off of true stuff.
Yes, it is.
So people were like, "I'm so glad I know why you're making these now." Some people were like confused, like, "Oh, that's what he sounds like."
Yeah.
But most people were happy to know the stories.
For the most part, I got all positive reception from that last interview. So man, this shit about to be fire.
Oh, I know for sure, man. Talk about what's been new since the last time you've been on. Let's get real. You don't know what the hell you're doing as an artist. You have all the talent, a little clout, but no motion. That's because you don't know what the hell you're doing. I know it's harsh, but it's true. That's why we developed the Artist X strategy. It includes one-on-one sessions with hip-hop and entertainment moguls that will walk you through this hurricane we call the entertainment industry. You can receive coaching, music and social media analysis, and networking opportunities. Message kid.l.video on Instagram to learn more. Guys, stop traveling in the wrong direction. With an in-depth analysis, one turn can literally turn your career around.
I just got back from Punta Cana in the DR. And when I say so many bitches, it's like ass everywhere. Ass everywhere. It's like you look at one, here comes another one, here comes another one.
Yeah.
And what was great about that was they thought I was Dominican. So they were just speaking Spanish to me. Women were coming up to me. A lot of I didn't know I had a bunch of supporters out there either.
Really?
Yeah, I'm over here thinking I'm going on a regular vacation, and I got people coming up to me. Oh yeah, Sneaky Link, yeah. Wow, this shit was crazy, man.
What's this place that you were in?
Punta Cana.
What's Punta Cana?
It is a place in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where people like
I was at a resort called Live Aqua, and that's in Punta Cana, but it's a like a 4-star resort. It was nice, man. It was nice. It was water, sand, beaches, all inclusive, all you can eat all day, every day. They had like a walkout pool bar, dance area, the club. It was nice. It was. I'm going back.
Yeah.
I'm going back.
Is it mostly tourists, or is it actually like people that just live there and that?
No, I mean you can live there. So I found out you can live there month to month, like monthly. The monthly fee of you living there is only $1,000 a month. Wow. Yeah.
And you get your own crib and everything?
Yeah, you get your own room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All inclusive? You can't beat that.
Nah, it sounds fire. Yeah, I didn't see you make any content of you being out there.
I did. I was in the SneakyVerse. Yeah, I posted 2 videos. Actually, I made 3. I didn't really make much content because, you know, there was a lot of bitches out there. I ain't had time. But I did record some of my excursions, and then I comprised them into a video, and I posted them. I posted one when I was there, and then I made one after I left.
When we talked last time, we talked about, you know, when you're a mistake that I used to make when I used to hook up with married women was I would tell them like, hey, what does your husband think about this stuff?
Right.
And it would just break the mood. The woman would be like, why are you bringing up my husband right now? I always remember every time I would be like, aren't you married? And it used to just ruin everything. Like, I didn't realize what I was doing at the time.
Yeah.
Man. And that kind of breaks the rules of the SneakyVerse, right?
Yeah, none of that matters. Like, once you're in there, there are no rules. You just do what you got to do and leave. That's it. You know, you could text them, hey, you know, I left the door open for you just in case you come in early or come back. You know, you got to be courteous, you know, common courtesy.
Yeah.
But
it was tough, man. It was hard to separate the factors for some reason, because I think the reason I used to ask women about their husbands is because I used to think, like, man, when I get married, I want to understand the psychology of women to know why they're doing this. So, like, let me figure out why she's cheating on her husband right now. Like, that's kind of why I would ask them.
Right.
Less out of curiosity for, like, the
attention.
moment.
They're not getting the attention that they seek. You know, once you get married, it's like, okay, we're married. I don't have to be with you right now. I can go watch TV, or I can go hang out with the guys, drink beers in the fucking garage, you know? It's the attention that they seek. If they need to find that elsewhere, they will.
Yeah.
So
you always get warning signs too. Every girl I've ever dated gave me warning signs of, like, when she was going to start to either break up with me or start talking to other guys. She'd be like, you know, this guy at the Subway saying how good I look today, and I used to be like, the guy at the Subway, and then she used to, like, then she knew his name, then she knew, like, what time he was at work. I'm like, what's going on right now? And then she ended up sleeping with the guy at Subway.
That's crazy. Yeah. I just recently went through a situation, not recently, but, you know, there are no time frames in the SneakyVerse, so recently could be, you know, years ago. It could have been a week ago, but yeah, no, I had an excursion, and we were going strong for some months, and left me for a guy that she went to high school with that she told me never to worry about, you know?
Oh my God.
But the sad part about that situation, like I said, this was a while ago, because I said recently, I meant to say a while ago. I saved up money for her daughter to buy a car, and to find out that, you know, you're fucking with someone else. You see how women fuck it up for themselves? Man. You can't make this shit up, bro.
Let's take it to day one with this excursion. So you're dating this girl.
Yes.
And
it wasn't even, it was like, we went out just to have fun, you know, drank, and then it turned into, all right, let's go back to your place. And, yeah, it turned into like that turned into, okay, I'm just watching TV, because I don't plan out these sessions. I don't plan out these sneaky link extravaganzas. All right. We sitting on the couch watching TV, you know. I get the rub on the leg. Okay. She's a little frisky. Then I get the rub on the other leg. And now she's you know, doing everything else. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, do you want to do something? Do you want to have intercourse? She's like, yeah, let's go. Let's go to the room. I'm like, all right, cool. That session turned into a 5-hour frenzy, to the point where it's like, I have to leave because I have to cook breakfast for my kids. So, yeah, that was for some months, and then left me for a guy from high school.
That doesn't sound like you guys were actually dating. It sounds like
we were.
So you officially like you were together, we're committed, and everything like that.
Yes, we were at the time.
Yeah. And so she tells you not to worry about some guy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that's the guy she chooses to hook up with.
Yes.
When she cheats on
Lesser than. You get the high value man here, and you go for conveniency because this nigga went to school with you.
Yeah, that's how it usually
makes no
works,
sense.
That's usually how it goes down, because they don't want to date somebody that they could potentially. They don't want to cheat on you with somebody they could potentially date. They want to cheat on you with somebody that's like, all right,
low grade.
Yeah, easy.
Just want to clap the cheeks and call it a day. That's it.
It's kind of smart though that women do that. Like when women cheat, they usually pick a person that they have no fucking interest, like real interest in, because they're just trying to, like you said, get that attention, but they're not trying to build something new out of it.
Why fuck yourself in the end?
What do you mean?
That's what she did.
Because you were saving up for her daughter's car?
I was doing a lot of things for this woman at that time, things that her previous baby daddies didn't amount to or do for her. She even stated that to me multiple times. I was cool with the family, the dad, all of that stuff. And it was like just to get a slap in the face with no closure at all.
Damn.
No closure.
So she cheats.
Just ignores
And
everything.
that's it
Ignores everything, which is fine, because then they'll be like, well, why do you act like this? Bitch, you created this monster. I didn't. Not me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough because the women. This is my whole thing with women, right? If I'm dating a woman and I can tell she's not totally into me and she cheats, sometimes I'll be like, all right, man, I kind of caused that on myself. Like, she was obviously showing that she wasn't super into me, but she was just with me. She was just dating me. The women that I really have problems with are the ones that show they're super interested in you and still cheat. That's where it's like, all right, what's going on right now? This is crazy.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, it's like they invest all this emotion into you, all this love into you, all this care into you, and then they still cheat, and then you're like, what just happened?
Exactly. And that's why the SneakyVerse was created. Because women can do whatever they want with no accountability, but as soon as the man does it, oh, he's a bad guy, this and but what were you doing to me before this even occurred? Before this even started,
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think women or men have more investment when they're in a relationship, like as far as actually loving and caring about the person?
No, because you can do anything and everything for this person. You can give this person the world just to, for it to not go anywhere. So.
Yeah, but on the end of like, do you think women are more invested than men when they're actually in a relationship? Do you think women are like more attached to men, or do you think men are more attached to women?
No, it's vice versa. We can't speak in absolutes. Like that relationship that I was referring to, I think we both were invested, but I don't know where it's all about communication, right?
No.
Something went wrong with the communication to where it's like, okay, now you want to mess with someone else, So we can still be invested, and you can also still love that person, but we just don't understand why we do the things that we do.
You got to take it to square zero. Do you remember the first time? We'll start off with liking before loving. Do you remember the first time you liked a girl?
Yeah.
How far back was it?
Shit. Long time ago.
You remember her name? What? I'm just saying. Do you remember? You don't have to say her name.
So the first time I liked someone,
liked a girl.
Shit.
Most people, it's like middle school, somewhere elementary, middle school is like the first time they like a girl. Or it's like, damn, man, like that girl's, damn.
Damn, I don't remember. I remember the first time I really liked somebody. She was like an older woman.
Same here.
She was like 30 and I was, like 17, 18.
Yeah, the first girl I ever liked was my friend's mom. I was like, what is this smoke show? Like, what is this? And like ever since then, I was always like super admired by like anybody who looks like her. I'm like super, super into that shit.
Right.
But that was the first time I liked a girl. The first time I fell in love with a girl was I was working at a restaurant and she was a waitress and I was the dishwasher. And she showed me all signs of interest and I like went for it. And then I just went too far, man. I just like kept pushing when she was like, she wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
And I just kept pushing and she was not feeling it. But I remember that was like my first heartbreak moment because I was like, damn, like I finally found somebody that I really connect with, that I really am emotionally tied to, and they have no interest in me whatsoever.
I can give you one story. I almost felt love until the situation went down south. So I took an Uber to this girl's place, and I should have known something was up when I got out the Uber and I was looking for the house. And I tried to turn to the Uber to be like, hey, which one is it? And the Uber drove off immediately. Red flag right there. I'm in a bad area, right? So the girl started flagging me over like, hey, I'm over here. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at this big house. I go back. Over here, you got the small little units, like maybe 600 square feet, not even, maybe 500 square feet. So walking into the house, I kid you not, her living room, kitchen, dining room, and basement all in one room. So red flag there, but we in a SneakyVerse. We don't give a fuck, right? It's dark, So I walk in the hallway, walk to her bedroom, didn't think nothing of it. We're talking. She just wanted to talk. I was like, oh, okay, we can talk. Watched the movie, went to sleep, cuddled, woke up, had intercourse that morning, didn't think nothing of it. She's like, hey, do you want breakfast? I can make you breakfast. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Goes and makes breakfast. I'm over here gathering my things, probably about to use the shower, but I go use the restroom first. I'm on my phone, just scrolling, using the restroom. I see something dart across the floor. It darts across the floor again. I step on it. I reach my foot up. It didn't die. I look at it to what it seemed to be. What would you expect it to be?
A rat or a cockroach?
It's a roach. It was a fucking roach. So I'm over here tripping. I'm like, this bitch got roaches. My friends still clown me to this day about this fucking roach shit. But I stepped on it, made sure it was dead. This time, took some tissue, threw it in the trash. I'm over here tripping. I sat there for like 5 minutes before I got up. I'm like, bro, this bitch got roaches, bro. So I immediately go into the room. I start lifting my shit up, shaking my stuff out, making sure that I'm not taking back anything that didn't come with me, right? So I'm like, all right, maybe that was just one thing, Go in the kitchen. I'm having a conversation with her. She's like, do you want anything to drink? I'm like, yeah, I'll take some water. So as she's talking to me, she reaches in the cabinetry and goes for a glass. I kid you not, the roach ran across her hand. I was like, no, I gotta go. I had to text somebody to get me out of there right now because, like I said, I Ubered there and I needed to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And they came and picked me up within maybe 15 minutes. And it was like, nigga, do you know where you at? I'm like, nigga, I'm in the SneakyVerse. I don't know where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, you in the wrong hood. I'm like, I know that now.
Christ, man.
I almost fell in love with someone who had roaches, but
that you almost fell in love within one night of meeting a woman?
man, it be like that sometimes.
Never, son.
That's a lie.
No.
That's a lie.
No. Not almost falling in love with somebody within one night. No, man. I mean, no.
We had in-depth conversations.
I feel like when you go to somebody's crib to smash, which is what you were doing, there's no way you can actually fall in love.
Everyone's different.
Not in that circumstance. I feel like real love is like when you meet somebody, you didn't expect it. There was no plan to meet them. There was no plan of like actually like anything. And it's just like that. Maybe that can happen there. Like love at first sight type shit.
Maybe it was the cat. I don't know. It probably was that.
The cat?
It had to have been.
What do you mean?
Because we had intercourse and you know how it is. It's like you're inside and it's like, damn, what the fuck? It's too good to be true.
Oh, yeah.
It was too good to be true.
Oh, the coochie.
Yeah.
The coochie was too good to be true.
It had to have been.
There's like these new devices to tighten up women.
Is it? What?
Yeah. They're called like Kegel devices.
You got one?
No.
Oh.
I was going through Temu and then it popped up out of nowhere and I was like, why the fuck? I was like, why are they selling dildos on Temu? I was like, that's kind of crazy. But then I read it and it's like technically it's not a dildo, it's a Kegel like enhancing device. So I was like, oh, that's how they're getting to sell it because it's like a medical device, not that.
Right.
But I start like reading comments about it and everybody's like, these women don't realize how loose their coochies are. And I was like, I've never had loose coochie in my life.
Have you ever had a let's call them big back BBWs? Have you ever had one of those?
No.
Oh my God. I was inside one of them. All right, let me just explain what happened. She wanted me to meet her somewhere at her job. I'm like, all right, cool. Nothing wrong with that. Meet her at her job because she has the keys to her job. So meet her there. We talk for a bit, and then we get to have an intercourse. Now I don't understand what it is with these women and the big women in these beats, but she had those little waist beads on. Nothing wrong with that, but I don't understand it. I don't get the concept. But anyways, you know, I was inside. I'm not gonna lie. It was not what I expected. It was very, very loose, and I lost my condom inside as well. And I'm like, bro, I gotta stop. I can't keep doing this. Like, I'm not about to. And then I don't know if I'm hard or not. Like, if I'm like, what the hell, am I hard or am I soft right now? Because you can't feel any walls, so I don't know what I'm hitting or what I'm touching.
So here's where it's all trippy, right? There could be women that definitely are loose for sure, but the thing is, it's like, okay, let's say it's a girl that's not loose, but can attraction make you feel like it's loose, or can how attracted you actually are to the person make you feel like it's not as enjoyable as it is? Like, let's say the woman you have the biggest crush on in the world wants to hook up with you. The girl we all fantasize about. We all fantasize about that girl. We all have that one girl in our head that if we hooked up with her, we'd bust within 3 seconds, right?
Yeah.
If she had like an average coochie, where it's like just firm, whatever, versus an ugly ass girl with the same exact coochie, would it feel the same when you put it in?
Probably not.
Exactly.
I had the finest girl I've had sex with, and you know, we were doing it, and it was turning me off because I was looking around the room and she had like splatter stains on the wall. Like, I don't know how dirty this room was because the lights were off when I went in there, but you know how your eyes adjust, you know, after for so long being in the darkness. I'm looking at the walls, and I'm not supposed to be in here.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. What substance is that? So I asked her, I said, what's on your walls? And she's like, you know what? Just get off me. I'm like, why? She's like, because you worried about the wrong shit right now. I'm like, nigga, I'm worried about my the safety of my health right now. Nigga, I don't know what the fuck this is. Something could drip off on me, or anything could go in my mouth. No telling what the fuck might happen. So, but she's like, get off me. And I'm like, all right, I'm about to leave, you know, and I'm about to let your grandma know that we was in here fucking too. So,
what was the stuff on the walls?
I don't fucking know. It was like grease or some shit. I don't know. You know how it is when you leave like the shower on for too long and the water started turning brown on the ceiling and shit. Yeah. Shit like that.
But that's the question.
Hopefully it wasn't mold.
Have you ever hooked up with a girl that you didn't find attractive, but the coochie was incredible? That's the question. Because
have I ever hooked up with a girl that wasn't attractive?
Because the internet's going crazy about the good coochie, bad coochie situation. If you go on like a lot of forums and pages, a lot of people talk about it. It just pops up on, like I said, mine was like I was looking at a Temu thing and people were talking about it in the comments going crazy. If there's a such thing as good coochie or bad coochie. And it comes down to like, I think it's actually the attraction for the man has for the woman for how good the coochie is. But also, yeah, there can be a tightness level too that can change the dynamics a little bit.
I have hooked up with a mildly, you know, I say like maybe like a 6 or a 7 in the face. Hooked up with her. Coochie was phenomenal. She would ask me to come over all the time, and it was good. You know, I'd spend the night over there and everything. But one particular time had me thinking to myself, like, what the fuck is this? So I'm telling her, like, yeah, I'll come over. She's like, yeah, I'm about to go to the doctor. You know, can you please come over? I'm like, I don't know yet. And then she's like, please, I'll have like back then I used to crave Slurpees and hot fries and stuff like that. She's like, I'll have that and I'll have pizza. So just make sure you just come over. I'm like, all right, cool. I go over there. You know, we're just hanging out, and she's like, you want to have sex? I'm like, sure. She's like, all right, let me take a shower first, because, you know, she went to the doctor, got the little shit on her and whatnot. She takes a shower. We go to her room, starts having sex, you know, and then I turn her around, you know, to do like doggy style. I enter, you know, her vagina. We start, you know, having sex again, but I get a whiff. It's that back shot error. I'm like, nigga, you just got out the shower. Ain't no reason for that shit to smell that funky. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go home now. She's like, why? I'm like, if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. So I just went home. I was like, I didn't contact her after that. I ghosted her.
That was it. It was over.
It was over after that.
See, that's
the hygiene, man.
That's the whole point. Is literally the whole good coochie, bad coochie debate. Does it really just come down to how attracted the guy is to the girl? That is the question, man.
Yes.
Because I feel like one of my crushes is like Lori Greiner from Shark Tank, right?
Oh yeah, she's hot.
She's fine. I feel like she's older. You could tell she's probably had kids and stuff.
Cougars are in, bro.
Yeah, I feel like if she rode me for 3 seconds, she would make me ride. I mean, she'd make me bust faster than like a 18-year-old.
Yeah, for sure. Because the attraction is what makes it, what makes it spark. Like that's what it happens so fast. But still, you might, bust in like 3 seconds, but you can continue to go because you're so attracted to this person.
Yeah,
like.
Yeah, that's
it's
crazy.
endless.
What's the longest night you've ever went for?
Oh, the 5 hours for sure.
5-hour run?
Yeah, it was 5 hours, no breaks.
No breaks?
No.
Oh my god.
No breaks. Yeah, that was crazy.
5 hours.
That was crazy.
Like it wasn't a first round thing. It was literally like the first round was done after 5 hours, or was it first round just kept going after?
Oh, we just kept going for 5 hours straight.
Damn.
I actually made a video about it.
Really?
Yeah, and sent it to the person that yeah.
Like the freaky video, or like just a video talking about it?
No, I literally made a video about it. So, because this happened, like I said, back then. So I made a video about it, and I sent it to the person that it happened with.
Oh yeah, what you say?
She just laughed. I was like, oh my God. I hooked up with this one girl, but so I met her at a hotel once, and again, for hours, for some reason, I don't know, she was Hispanic too. I had to like stop fucking with her because she was in poverty. Like she lost her car after missing 2 payments, but she would go and buy expensive ass clothes. Now, why would you fuck with somebody that has their priorities fucked up?
But wasn't it just like a hookup thing? You weren't actually trying to date her, right?
No, we were in the process.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so once she told me that and asked me to like cash app her some money or some shit, or not, it wasn't cash at the time. I think it was like PayPal or something at the time.
Damn, son.
And I was like,
that's it, bro. Like, think about now if you got to give a girl money. Like, let's just say it's your girlfriend. How convenient it is to cash app her, or even if it's
Zelle,
a girl, yeah, or even if it's like a girl you're just kind of dating. How quick it is to do that. But PayPal is a process, bro. That's kind of like embarrassing to be doing that. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to PayPal you.
We PayPal you this, or Venmo. Venmo used to be a thing. Venmo me this cash. Like, nah.
I don't know. That's kind of weird.
It is weird.
I don't think a woman should ever ask a man for money. I think the man should just know. Like, he could sense it.
Yeah. And these times though, that's all women want.
It's cash straight up.
You just gotta sponsor them. If you're not, somebody told me, it was like, to be honest, I would just utilize you to pay my bills and that's it. Like, I wouldn't even fuck with you for real. And I was like, what? Bitch, you ain't even all that, nigga. Fuck are you talking about? I wouldn't pay your bills if I had to pay your bills. If I was forced to, like if we had child support together, I still wouldn't pay you.
I did it one time because it was this girl that I was just like, we already had hooked up. We already hooked up one time, and then she wanted to start dating me afterwards, and I was like, I don't want to date you. So, but I still wanted to hook up with her because the sex was crazy. And then I just made an arrangement. I was like, look, I'll give you $500 a month.
What the fuck?
No dating.
No,
it's tricking, but it was at the same. It was only this one person, and the way I validated it was I was like, I already hooked up with her, so it's not like I couldn't have got it.
You know what they do? You'll have sex with them, and then they'll pull you to the side of the bed, like, I'm so behind on my rent, and I need formula for my son, and I'm like, damn, bitch, you never told me you had a son. The fuck am I doing? Like, they'll try to guilt trip you into giving them money. And I feel like that's the new norm. Like, they just utilize niggas for money, bro. I'm not with that.
I'm not
Like,
with
what
it.
were you doing before I even came into the picture? How were you surviving? What were your means of survival?
Right. Well, another guy probably.
Shit. Yeah, then the
like,
cycle continues.
Yeah, it's like this guy's done paying my bills. Now that's the next guy.
Right.
It's like you're in rotation. Who's the next guy paying my bills?
See, I only do that when I'm in the SneakyVerse. If I see that you're a formidable component or whatnot, yeah, I'll give you some money here and there. But I'm not about to fucking sponsor you. What the fuck is this? It's like, what was it? I had made a post, like, because they want you to pay for that, like, when my kid needs to eat, you know, and I don't have the money. I'm like, but you have 3 baby daddies and they are not on child support. So why do you want me to pay for them when you can't get these niggas to give you anything?
Man, it is tough, bro. That's why you have to find somebody that isn't looking for money, but also sees money as like an opportunity when you bring it up.
That's all they want, man.
I don't know.
The encounters.
That's like, well,
it's the encounters.
did I ever hook up with somebody that there was no money involved? Yeah, no way. You're tripping, man. There was so many girls I used to hook up with. Money was never part of the equation.
I'm not saying all of my hookups, turned into that, but just like nowadays, that's it. I'm like, go get a job.
I feel like women look at it like this. If I'm not going to date this guy seriously, then what's the difference between him and another guy that has dick? And for them, it's, well, this guy's going to give me money too. And that's how they kind of probably equate things. Like, I can fuck with Ken. Yeah, I can hook up with him, but what if I want money though?
Right.
And they go pick the guy that gives them money too.
See, that's another thing. I'm about to start screening bitches. Like, if you on Section 8 or if you got anything going on with you going through like a bankruptcy, a crisis or something, somebody just died in the family and you need to make up the money, the difference to for the funeral, leave me alone. Don't come to me. I don't need those problems. Go to your family first. Why is the first instinct to go to a nigga that you don't really know like that?
To ask you for money?
Yes. What the fuck? Where your family at? Where's your friends at? Like, aren't those the first people that you should, think toward even moving to? Like, don't come to random guys. I hate that shit. Like I said, I'm about to start an application process.
Do women ever ask you for money without hooking up?
Yes. That's literally today's society.
That's wild.
It's crazy.
I've never been
like, I'm not about to give you money for an encounter that I never had.
You know who's fucking the game up is the simps that are willing to give these girls the money. So they think like everybody's a simp now.
Yeah, they do. I ain't no goddamn simp, nigga. So you can't fuck with me like that.
There was some girl on OnlyFans that made like $63 million.
I can tell you right now, I have a friend, and I won't disclose her name, but the last time I had a conversation with her a few months ago, she had 30,000 subscribers and she charges them $30. Now, OnlyFans only take 20% of your earnings. So just imagine how much she's making.
Man,
it's crazy. She bought herself this big ass house. Every time I call her, she wakes up and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, it's just sleep. I'm like, damn. It sucks for us to have jobs. You can just do whatever you want on the internet and call it a fucking day.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. But shout out to you. No, I love her, though. She's cool.
You know what I believe, though, dude? I believe that everybody's, like, karma comes back to them. Even though I'm not saying that what they're doing is wrong. I don't think girls on OnlyFans are doing anything wrong. But I think internally they're doing some type of damage to themselves psychologically and energy-wise. They're doing some type of damage to themselves because they know that if they were in a position where they didn't have to do what they were doing, they wouldn't be doing it. And it has to be some type of friction within the system after that.
Right.
Like posting yourself naked and doing crazy things for guys.
Some of them don't do that.
What do you mean?
Like, some of them, like, my friends would show me, like, yeah, this guy asked for, like, a pair of my socks, and I charged him $400, and I'm about to go mail it off and send it to him.
$400 for socks? That's wild, bro.
I can't make this up.
Okay, like, if Lori Greiner peed a little bit in her panties,
I would not buy that.
I'd buy that for $150.
Fuck that.
I'll do it.
What?
I think she's fine, bro. I don't give a fuck.
If she defecated, then that's a different story.
No, not
I'm
that.
just
It's a
kidding.
pee.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Don't
kidding.
don't ruin my shit, bro. Don't fuck up my shit, man. She's so hot.
Oh man, no, but yeah, no, I'm not purchasing anything. No. If you want my support.
You know what I did purchase before?
What?
All right, man, it's fucked up. So there was this Middle Eastern lady, but anyway,
That's where you get this pee shit from.
so no, I'm not talking about the pee stuff. I'm not talking about the pee stuff. So there was this. All right, man. I used to be like, you want to talk about the SneakyVerse? I
Yes.
was the SneakyVerse, man. I was the guy. It was me. I was everything, the epitome of what the SneakyVerse is. It was me. I used to play game like crazy. Like, I used to follow everybody that was like, I used to like follow women that knew other women to get to those other women. Like, that's the kind of time I would be on. But there was this Middle Eastern lady that used to post food, like her food trays. She used to make like crazy food trays, Greek food, everything. So I hit her up. I was like, yo, I need like 2 food trays or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, pull up to the hotel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she came with the trays. And the first night, I literally put no moves on her. I was like, oh, yeah, I appreciate it. You feel me? I'm about to fly out of town tomorrow. I got all this stuff going on. So she's looking at me like, is this dude a celebrity? Like, who is this dude? She see me on the gram. She sees like I follow her. She's like, all right. So 2 weeks later, I hit her up again. I'm like, yo, come through. I need 2 more trays. She pulls up the second time, start talking to her about her husband problems, all that shit.
Jesus.
I was on that type of time where I just knew like, all right, man, just play it slow, play it cool, and eventually you'll get her. But like, I targeted this bitch from day one. Like, I knew from day one when I was buying this bitch's trays that I was gonna try to fuck her one day. Like, that was the whole play.
Yeah.
And now women come on my podcast, they're like, yeah, I braid men's hair. These men are coming to get their
hair braided just to fuck.
just to hook up. Just to hook up. These men are coming to get their hair braided by you to hook up with you. They can get their hair braided by women.
Anybody.
By men that are.
Oh, no.
My bad. Wait.
I used to get my hair braided. No man was involved.
Wait, what am I tripping about?
No
Hold
man
up.
was involved.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My fault. Yeah.
No.
They
But
can
look,
go to a salon, though.
so look, I had this one Middle Eastern girl. I tell you this. It was when I came back from Cali, when I used to stay in Cali, and she was on me heavy. Like, she came and see me. This is when I was staying at my brother's house, actually. It was crazy. She was on me heavy. And we went to Subway. I don't know why we went to Subway, but we went to Subway, ate, came back to the house, and she was like making out with me. Then she got on top of me, and then her sister started calling me. She had a twin, not calling me. She started calling her. Sorry, guys. Started calling her like, hey, you come pick me up. Like, I'm ready to go. They shared one car, and she was like, okay. So still making out with me and on top of me. She's like, do you have a condom? I was like, get off me. I have morals.
What?
I know I fucked it up. That was back when I was like, I was learning about like knowledgeable intellectual things, and I valued myself. I was like, I'm not about to fuck you right now. What the fuck? Because I didn't have a condom, and I didn't know you like that. I mean, making out is fine, but at that point in time, no, I didn't think of anything of that nature as far as fucking. But now, you ask me to wear one, I'm gonna look at you and be like, it's my body, my choice. No, I'm not wearing a fucking condom.
You sound crazy. Bro, I used to be crazy about that. If I hooked up with a girl for the first time and she hadn't got tested, man, I'd go crazy if I didn't wear a condom. I wouldn't do it 90% of the time.
Crazy.
Yeah, because
if you knew you were having an encounter, why didn't you bring any?
No, what would used to happen? Why did
you
I
got
used
to be strapped up at all times? Not saying that I am, but you got to be strapped up at all times.
I used to do that. I don't remember why I used to sometimes hook up with a girl and not use a condom and freak out about it later. I don't remember why that used to happen. Oh, you know what used to happen was we would use the condom, then I'd be like, man, fuck this condom, because the shit would be so crazy, and then I would take it off, and then I would just go right back in. Then I'd be freaking out after, like, man, what the fuck was I thinking about? And then it would give me so much anxiety that, have you ever heard of PRE pills or PrEP pills?
Mm-mm.
They're basically... So this is like something a lot of people don't know. If you hook up with a girl who has HIV, which I've never done this, I'm just telling you this is how it works. If you hook up with a girl that has HIV or AIDS and you take the PrEP pill, it removes it from your system. You will not get AIDS. You just have to take it within 3 days. It's a real thing. It's called a PrEP pill. This is a real thing.
I'm learning.
So what I used to do is like if I hooked up with a girl and I didn't wear protection, I used to be so anxiety ridden that I would literally go buy the pill immediately.
Damn.
Like,
So the Z-Pack don't work no more?
What's the Z-Pack?
It kills all it's like the strongest antibiotic there is, I believe. Don't quote me, because that's what they give you like when you go to the doctor to fight off any STD, STI related.
That's STD and STI, but we're talking about HIV or AIDS. That was the only thing I was concerned with. I was more like, I don't really give a fuck about STDs.
So PrEP pill.
PrEP. So if you ever hook up with a girl,
I'll put that in my notes.
yeah, and you ever think like, man, there's a chance that bitch might have it, go fucking. But I was buying it regardless.
Don't get me risking. I'll be like, hey, this one got it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try to take a pill to see if I can fight it off.
I never thought the
No, I'm
girls
just kidding.
actually had it. I just never wanted to take the risk.
Yeah.
I was always like, I don't want to take the fucking risk if this girl has it or not. That was
See, that's how far deep you be into it. Like, y'all so into each other to where you start doing shit that you don't normally do. Like, I'm about to take this condom off, knowing I shouldn't take this condom off, but I'm going to do it anyway.
exactly.
Yeah.
Don't ever. You just get,
SneakyVerse.
You just get anxiety after,
Or
like,
FreakyVerse, whichever one you want to call it.
or like when you just go, I'm gonna just bust in her, fuck it. Like, what are you doing?
No, what?
You never done that before? You're just
No.
like, just fuck it.
You have 7 kids. I'm not busting in you.
It just happens. I used to like be banging girls and just be like, "Can I just bust in you? Fuck it. We'll get the plan B tomorrow."
I did used to do that, actually. I'm not going to lie. Don't get me lying on here. I used to do that all the time. And this one girl, before she ghosted me, it's crazy. We used to do it all the time. Back when Power came out. When did Power come out? Back in like 2013 or some shit? 2014? Yeah, so used to do it all the time and didn't think nothing of it. She'd be like, yeah, just come at me. And I'm like, all right. And then she would go to work the next day and then she would take a picture of the
plan B.
Yeah. And then she was like, just ate my vitamins. And I was like, all right, cool.
You need
every
it.
time.
I hooked up with this woman one time, and so there's actually a device too that you can use to test if you have HIV or not. So my method was this with women, because I hated wearing condoms. I hated it. So I'd always first night hook up with you with a condom. Second night I'd be like, yo, so I got the sponsorship from this medical company. They gave me free AIDS kits and HIV kits to test if you have HIV or not. So it's a very simple test. It's just like you just put this thing under your tongue, and then you put it in this liquid, and then it tells you if you have HIV or not. That's
how long does that take? 30 minutes?
Yeah, like 20 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
You can buy them from CVS.
I don't think I can wait that long.
Well, this was I had to, because I was like, I'm done wearing condoms.
I gotta go in now.
I used to have like women in rotation. It's like, I don't want to fucking wear condoms with any of these bitches. So I'd make them take HIV kits and make sure like I'm the only person you're fucking. Like that's kind of my rules for how I was fucking bitches. So they would take the test. None of them ever had HIV or whatever the fuck. But one time I hooked up with this girl, and I was like, I hooked up with her, but I never wanted to see her again after. But I had no condom on when I fucked her. So I was like, I told the bitch, I'm like, yo, I'm about to have an HIV kit sent to your house. And you gotta go on FaceTime. And you gotta go on FaceTime and take the test in front of me. Man, I can't believe what women would do. Like, I can't. If I was,
She said, is this right?
She literally was like doing what I said. I couldn't believe it.
Am I doing it right?
And then she's like, are you coming over tonight? I was like, I'm never coming over again. Like, if I didn't come over with the HIV test kit to your crib, what makes you think I'm ever going to see you again?
Right.
I don't know, man. I used to go beyond the limits to not wear condoms. Like, I don't know, something about it. Just
I just don't like it.
Yeah, it just fucks up the game.
It's irritating.
And then
It's allergic reactions. I don't like it.
The lambskin condoms,
lambskin, yeah.
The lambskins were
It's like the leather of Satan or something. I don't like wearing that shit.
What's the most women you've ever hooked up with in one night?
You're talking to the wrong guy.
You're a one person you're a one person that's it type day?
You should be asking somebody else this question. But in one night, I say 2. I would clean myself off really good, and I'd say 2. And I've never gotten like any like STI or anything. Thank God. I'm over a chance in life and death here. But yeah, no, I'm gonna go with 2, because I don't recall more than 2.
Damn.
All right.
That's crazy.
And they be like, why you something's off. And I'm like, what? And they be like, you acting different. You haven't nutted that much. I'm like, bitch, you don't even know me. You know how many things factor into that?
Yeah.
Me, I could be tired right now. Nigga, I could be dehydrated. You don't know why I'm like this. You gotta psychologically throw them off.
What do you need, like, dosage wise per week? Like, how many hookups do you need a week?
Dosage wise?
Yeah.
I be chilling, bro. To be honest, I don't really be doing shit.
You're staying low key nowadays?
Bro, I have to focus on myself.
Yeah.
The fame is here, so you can't trust just anybody. And I got goals and aspirations that I'm trying to ascend to nowadays. So I just be chilling, bro. Yeah.
So you're focusing on the fame. You're right, because your social media is going insane.
It's
right
insane,
now. Bro. You have, like, what do you average, like 1 million views like every day or some shit?
It just told me I was at 2.3 million views yesterday, because it'll tell you these videos got you to this amount of views and this many reactions. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So one video just hit 1 million. It was like it was something about the realtor signs. I forgot what I said. I just said some dumb shit. I seen so many realtor signs that I might have voted for the wrong person. Cause you know how they be having those signs in the ground.
Yeah.
So yeah, that shit is like at 1.7 million right now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's a little bit outside of your normal joking.
I just did it for the because of the election and whatnot. So
yeah, it's smart as fuck.
Oh my God. I did post a video that I had to take down. I didn't know that I couldn't post a video after the election about the election. And when I tell you I lost 3,000 followers, but the insights were good. I got like 3,000 likes within a matter of minutes, 309 comments in like fucking 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
And I lost 3,000 followers.
What was the video?
It was let me pull it up real quick. I'll show you.
Oh, you still have it?
Yeah, of course. It's right here. Here.
Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. That was great. You know what, man? Sometimes you gotta just leave that shit up and just say fuck it. No. Sometimes you gotta just say fuck it.
I can't. No, I can't, bro. I couldn't. That's
like, it's super offensive, but at the same time, it's comedic brilliance.
People know, like, you're coming to my page for toxicity, right?
Yeah.
And to learn certain things that you would prevent in your relationship. This is a comedic page. I'm coming from a comedic standpoint. I don't mean any harm. Why would you take this and flip it like, oh, you shouldn't have did this. This is what's going on, and da-da-da-da. This is coming from a comedic standpoint.
You know what's the tough thing for comedians is not backing down from, like, whatever they say or do. It's the toughest thing, because this world is so, like, the social realm is so unforgiving these days. But in my opinion, if you had kept that bitch up, it would have
got into the wrong hands. It would have got into the wrong hands, yes. And that would have been, I'm not about to be the face of someone else's idiocracy.
I feel like if Dave Chappelle was still making Chappelle's show and he had that idea,
that shit would have been, it would have been acceptable because it's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
But like I said, once I seen that 3,000 drop, I was like, no, it's not worth it, because I have a fan base, and if we gonna have differences over political views, which I don't have any problem with anybody, because I don't dabble in the political realm. So I'm like, I'm not about to do this. I need to. My fans were happy before I posted this, and now I'm losing them. I'm not trying to upset them.
Yeah,
because that's my biggest support system. I don't want to upset my fans. So.
Yeah, it would be hard for me to fucking, like, lose. Like, if I was a fan of somebody, it would be hard for them to fuck it up. Like, they'd have to do some serious shit for me to, like, be like, fuck this guy. I don't even know who I'm, like, a fan of these days. Who's, like, somebody you actually watch and pay attention to in life, and you're like, I'm actually a fan of this person?
I watch a couple of people. I got a few favorites that actually are helping me transition over into stand-up. So like I used to watch Tattoo Man Page all the time. That's one of my good comedian friends. And
he's been on here like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, he's very funny. He's helping me comprise my stand-up. So I gave him his props the other day. I was like, hey man, I know I haven't said this, but I used to watch you back in the day before I started doing my really, indulging into my content. And you're funny as hell, bro. I'm just appreciative that, I can call you my friend and whatnot.